Hey everyone, it's Dave.
Hey, it's Brandon
You're listening to Davenports on Sports.
on Davenports Sports Network.
Hey everyone, it's Dave.
Hey guys, it's Matt Damon. Go see my new movie Downsizing with Kristen Wiig.
I like it, Mr. Matt Damon. I do. I do.
That movie looks terrible.
It does, doesn't it? So,
Yes.
when you come down, do we go watch it?
No. Dude, it's a visual masterpiece, they say.
It is. It reminds me of Willy Wonka and that kid.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, great way to start off it. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Brandon did some awesome stuff, posting stuff over the past couple days. Really getting some info out to you guys.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get polls out a lot more. I know we got some up for today, and we got one tomorrow, and I think we got one for Saturday already. So
yeah,
check them out.
I'm gonna be throwing, which we are recording the night before, so today technically, all kinds during the day on Twitter. So check us out, Davenport_SN on Twitter and Davenport Sports Network on Facebook.
Absolutely.
So the Twitter. So Matt Damon.
Yes.
Question for you.
Yes.
What do you take away from the Purdue Boilermaker versus the Arizona Wildcats game? Anything?
Well,
I mean,
not much. I mean, they blew a pretty good lead, but you know,
is it a big
I think that
win for a first-year coach?
I think so. I think it's a hell of a way to start off. They played in a bowl. What was it? Last time they played in a bowl game was 2012.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a hell of a way to start a 5-year drought. I mean, I hope he stays. So
now, do you think he's still? Earlier in the year, there was talks about him leaving. You think he's going to leave?
I think he'd be a fool to now. I mean, I think he's got something there. I think at least see what he can do. I think he might stay. I think it'd be good for the program if he does. What do you think?
Yeah. Why turn? Listen, don't pull a Lane Kiffin. Just saying, stay there, build a dynasty in West Lafayette. I mean, why not? Purdue nowadays, especially, is known for their basketball. Football
Right.
season comes around. They still, people go, but you just, and it's part of the drought, yes. But you knew they weren't going to make nothing. You know what I mean? They weren't going to go to a bowl. Build a dynasty. Get these players from California, New York, and in between to come to West Lafayette and play.
Yeah, just make it reputable again. I mean, that's what he's got to do.
Me personally, he needs to get in front of this whole. Again, there hasn't been any more rumors since, but when that whole thing about him going to Tennessee, if there was no truth to it, he needed to be out in front of that.
Yeah, I think those initial reports, though, I mean, wasn't he out, like, scouting or something like that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it would be kind of hard. I thought it was, like, kind of a cheap shot. He's kind of out doing his job, and all these ESPN analysts and Indianapolis Star writers are, I mean, at one point, I know we talked about it, at one point they had him gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it was in the books that he was out of there.
But now, me being a senior in high school, okay, and I have him coming to my house and I'm hearing reports, and of course he's going to say, well, to that prospect, but I want to hear him say it out to the media. I want get it out here to us. You know what I mean?
I totally agree. He needs to address the issue because it's a little bit of a cloud hanging over the program.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, well, let me ask you this: Nick Saban, would he be doing that? Would he be doing that?
No.
I mean, he knocks them down pretty much when they come out.
Right.
He's got the backing of West Lafayette and all the Purdue fans. Build off that. 10 years down the road, go to the NFL, go to Tennessee, go wherever. Do something before you leave. Winning this bowl game didn't do anything for Purdue.
Right. It starts, to me, it starts chapter 1. You know what I mean? It's like, now you got to improve on this. Now you go from here. This is the beginning. Because, like, you got a sophomore quarterback, you got a junior running back in Knox. I mean, there's something there. You got a little bit of experience there, and I don't know.
Okay, let me throw you a question out, all right?
Okay.
Let's say you're the senior, okay? And he comes, talks to you, he's talking to you. All those reports are out, okay? But IU is also recruiting you. Who do you go to? Because you know who's going to be at IU coaching football. You don't know. I mean, if reports are his first year there, who's to say next year he don't take a job?
It's awesome because I've never looked at it from that point of view, like that aspect of kids coming in, getting recruited by a guy, and then him taking off. I mean, you would be like, what the hell?
Yeah. I mean, if I have a guy sitting in here telling me, look, come play for me, I want you to play, and then he tucks tail and leave, you know what I mean? I look, there's always going to be the rumors. There's always going to be that. But I think it would have been better for the school if he would have just came out and said, look, I'm not going anywhere, until Purdue wins a national title or whatever,
I totally agree. I totally agree with you. I didn't think about it too much while watching the game. And then after the game was over, I was like, man, what does this mean for Braum? I mean, is he staying or?
Yeah. I mean, again, there's been no rumors. There's been no breaking stuff by all means. But all that stuff from earlier in the year, a month ago.
Yeah, it hasn't been squashed.
Yeah.
We've heard nothing from him.
So, I don't know. I'd like to hear his take on everything. So, I mean, obviously he'll probably never come out and be 100% about it, but
let me ask you this. I don't want to sound like I'm totally trashing the guy here, but
no, you're good.
Wouldn't a leader come out and say something?
Exactly. That I agree 100%, because the way I see it, if I had just came to Purdue and that coach has not said a damn thing, I'm thinking transfer. Unless he's pulled everyone in and said, look, I'm not addressing the media. I'm here for you guys. So Brandon, as far as Purdue almost blowing that lead, what does that say about that team? I mean, they had solid wins at the beginning of the year, and then they lost a couple, key games. Does this team have a chance down the road to maybe make a playoff run?
Like for a national championship?
Yeah.
Fuck no. Maybe for like a diehard Purdue fan.
Let me ask you this. It's always been kind of talked, at least on my end, about a playoff system. Okay? Do you think if Purdue was to win, let's say, would they have a better chance of making a national championship in a playoff system than it is now?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah, it boggles my mind that they don't. Because I mean, Purdue played again. Why? I mean, I think we had it figured up. They'd only play 3 more times. That would include the championship game if they made it. I don't see why they don't try. I mean, because it's frustrating knowing every year they're not going to win a national championship.
Yeah, and like we talked about how trivial some of the bowls are too. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, what good is it? And I mean, and look at the big picture. Both of these teams, Arizona and Purdue, they're going to finish the season 7-6. That's one game above 500.
Yeah.
You're the fucking Miami Dolphins. You're the Washington Redskins. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, but at a college level, I mean, even still, I guess, I'm going to answer my own question here. Yeah, even at a college level, that's bad. Because you have teams going undefeated.
Right.
So, but
I mean,
go ahead.
Wisconsin, who's big in the Big Ten West, they were 9-0 in the conference and 12-1 overall. Northwestern was 7-2 in the conference. Iowa and Purdue were both 4-5. So I mean, you got guys in your own conference that are way better than you.
Sure.
It just, to make there has to be a playoff system on a grand scale of some kind, because it's going to give teams like this hope, because this only satisfied the diehard Purdue fans.
Exactly.
Because in the broad aspect of it, it ain't shit. If you're 7-6, you won the Foster Farms Bowl.
Who cares?
Right. It's old news already.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. I mean, it makes it so. Again, next year when the season gets ready to start, your hopes to make a bowl game. That's it. Not a national championship. Now, if they have a playoff system where, all right, they got to win at least the Big Ten championship. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's a chance to win that. So now in the your season's worth something, other than, well, we might get to go to a bowl game. I ain't saying eliminate the bowl games altogether, but these teams that have won their conference, now let them all play. Okay? Get those upsets. Because who's to say, let's say this would have been a playoff game. Purdue goes to the next round.
Right.
Now casual Purdue fans are saying, well, hell. You know what I mean? They're going to the second round of playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, it would help a lot. Well, I mean, and I'm not going to discredit the big picture of things, but where we come from, winning the Big Ten, that's a big deal.
Oh no, I agree 100%.
But I think it's a positive thing. I think it's something to build on. I mean, they haven't finished above 500 since 2011. So that's quite a feat.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, college football, it's one of them things. I'm happy for Purdue, but again, it means shit in the long run.
Yeah, because I mean, not to keep on it, but like they look good. They looked good last night, and they have nowhere to go but next season. So it's like it would have been nice to see him ride this momentum to no.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, hey, let's switch some gears here. Let's go to some NBA. What was that?
That was me switching gears.
I was wondering. What's your feeling going on in the NBA?
Still so many health concerns. The Rockets easily look like the best team for a while. and then Chris Paul got dinged up again. When he was healthy, they didn't freaking lose. Golden State, I mean, Steph Curry's still not back.
Yeah, but Steph Curry being gone, that team's so stacked. Well, you know what I mean? Look what they did without Durant.
Right. They're still 1.5 games ahead of Houston for the top spot in the Western Conference, but I feel like we haven't seen any of these top-tier teams 100% healthy yet.
Well,
that's how I feel.
Okay. So, what am I wanting to ask? With Curry, okay, does that show with Golden State that Curry was the leader? I mean, is Stephen Curry the leader of the Golden State Warriors?
I think so. I think Steph Curry is easily the guy to run the show there. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know Durant's a stud, and he can carry this team, but I think Curry's their leader.
Okay. What about shoot, what was I gonna ask? I totally spaced it. I'm sorry.
Houston?
Yeah, Houston. I mean, who's the leader of that team?
Oh, I mean, without a doubt, it's James Harden.
Sure.
I think it has been since he got there, but Chris Paul, man, he's the key. I don't think they're gonna go to the NBA Finals without him.
No, I agree.
Sorry, I died.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Well, how's your outlook in the East?
Toronto's come on strong. I know that. I'm really impressed with them. Boston's still right there. They've wavered a bit. But my biggest worry right now is with the Pacers. Oladipo sat out again with a sore right knee. And when he's not out there, they struggle. They struggle.
As far as the Pacers losing, how big of an effect was that the other night?
Well, they got stomped on Tuesday by Detroit, and then they went back home and got beat by the Mavs, and which like I said, Oladipo didn't play, but the Mavs, come on.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of one of them things where that should have been an easy win. I mean, they beat Cleveland.
Right, and Dallas is 14 games under 500. I mean, you can't lose like that at home.
No, there's no way. I guess it's frustrating seeing the city loves them. I mean, let's just be honest. But it's frustrating. I mean, they get a little leeway, but it's frustrating seeing them do so good, and then stuff that should be just pretty much shooting fish in a barrel type situations, they seem to struggle.
Right, and that's where I think in the NBA, it's just not a good sign when you play every night. You play just as good as your opponent, and if you're an okay team, you can beat the bad teams. But when Dallas came in there, they should have stomped them. If they were the real deal, if they were a true blue playoff team, I don't think they would have let Dallas come in there and do that. And I mean, like I said, Detroit's had their struggles, and Detroit killed them the other night.
Yeah. So, I guess ultimately, I had high hopes for the Pacers. Where do you see them now?
I still see them a playoff team, but I see them, it's going to be a dogfight for that 8th spot in the Eastern Conference, I think. As we're starting to close in, I mean, we're pretty close to midway through the season, and All-Star break coming up. So, I mean, you're looking at it. We're almost halfway through the season.
I
You
mean,
know?
not too long ago, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but was the Pacers third ranked in the Eastern Conference?
I think so. I know that at one point I think they were fourth, but yeah, I think they might have been in the top three. Toronto's gone strong.
They dropped to 6. They're with a record of 19-16, tied with the Wizards.
Yes.
I mean, what's going on? I mean, here's the thing. I don't expect them to win every game, but to drop like that's kind of worrisome, ain't it?
Yeah, and it's going around. It seems like in the Eastern Conference, Boston is 5-5 in their last 10 games. Detroit is 5-5 in their last 10 games. Washington, Indiana, Milwaukee, New York, they're all 5-5 in their last 10 games. So everybody's playing some just 500 basketball right now. It seems like.
Now, I mean, in all honesty, though, right now I'd rather them go into a kind of a slump and then get really hot towards playoff time.
Definitely, and get their health issues figured out.
Do the Pacers make a move before the trade deadline?
I would like to see it, but I mean, not a major move, but I think Oladipo needs some help.
Do you? Lance Stevenson brings energy off the bench. They'd be stupid to trade him, right?
I know there's been a lot of talks about him, even in the offseason, and it seems like he's always a talk of trades and stuff, but
he's brought an energy to that team.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get rid of it. And really, he's like, just off the top of my head, he's like the elder statesman of the Pacers right now. You know, he's been there the longest, I think. Maybe Collison's got him, but I mean, I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot. There's only select players that can bring the crowd into the game, and it seems like Lance Stevenson's the one to do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get rid of him. If anything, I would make him have a bigger role. If anything.
Well, there's always talks. You know, he's fine with being sixth man or whatever, but is it time to get him off? You know what I mean? Get him a starting position.
I mean, I think so. At this point, I think so. That's why I wonder. Even if he comes off the bench, I think he needs to. Teams have done it before with guys. I know the Pacers, the Lakers did it a few years ago in like 2009, I think, with Odom. They brought him off the bench, but once he came off the bench, he was pretty much like a starter. And I think that's what they're going to have to do.
It seems like as far as the Pacers, they have a pretty abundant amount of point guards.
Yes.
Do you trade? I mean, Miles Turner's your center. Thaddeus Young and Sam Bonis is your forwards. Okay. Do you put almost? Do you trade your point guard? Maybe try get another big man for underneath, and move Lance to maybe a shooting guard position.
Oh, where does Oladipo go then?
Well, couldn't you have Oladipo play point?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know if I want. I don't know if I want Oladipo bringing the ball up the floor.
Okay, let me rephrase this then. All right, Brandon, or I'm sorry, Matt Damon.
Yes.
Do you move Lance Stevenson to a point position?
To the point guard? No way. Maybe he could on defense. Theoretically, he could defend the point guard, but I couldn't move in on offense to the point guard.
Okay. Well, I was just thinking, we talked about that energy. You know, if he's bringing the ball down the court, that crowd's going to be standing up every time. I mean, that's got to play for something, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, time will tell. It seems like, but like I said, it seems like every year, for some reason, he's the one selected out of all those guys to be in the trade rumors, and as he played his way out with the Pacers, and I don't know. I wonder why. I think it's because he's so probably he's got like a big personality.
But it seems like Indianapolis is really feeding off that big personality.
Yeah, well, yeah, it makes for he's got charisma, baby. He's got character.
Yeah.
And that always helps when you're not just like a dud.
Sure.
A boring guy. You know, he speaks his mind. He's kind of in the same realm as I wouldn't go as far as like Dennis Rodman, but guys like that, you know, kind of unpredictable a little bit. That's good.
Oh, I agree. You know, I'm looking here at the NBA standings, and the Milwaukee Bucks are at 7. Now, they made some big moves during the draft. It looks like at least from what I can remember, it's kind of working good for them.
Yeah, I think so. I think they look good this year. I think they can only get better from here. I know they're 17 and 15, but they look good. I mean, they're down there, but they look good. I'm kind of shocked that Philly's struggling like they are, but they look like a team that was going to do pretty good this year, at least pacer-wise, kind of like that, but they struggled as of late. So.
Okay, I'm going to throw one more at you.
All right.
Chicago Bulls.
Bulls.
Bulls. They're 12 and 22, tied with Brooklyn and the Hornets. Do you see them maybe moving up in the standings in the next couple of years?
Couple years, yeah. I mean, they're 8 and 2 in their last 10. They played pretty good as of late.
You think they're starting to find their stride?
Did you hear that?
No. What was it? A ghost?
No, I don't know what it was. Anyway,
you're not getting abducted, are you?
Huh?
You're not getting abducted, are you?
No. No.
Are you? Wait, let me ask this, Matt. Are you on Mars right now?
You know what? I am, and I'm growing a plant. And I'm just documenting my daily documents. Did you see The Martian?
Yes, me and my wife sat down and watched it one night.
And? Probably all right, right?
I didn't like it. It got boring. Like
I didn't watch it.
Are they going to leave Matt Damon on Mars? I mean, okay, time out. Let's get all political here.
Okay.
Let's say we send someone to Mars.
Yes.
Stuff goes, down the shitter, okay?
Okay.
Shitter's full type situation. Okay, we got someone stranded up there. That would be like the biggest dick move for like humanity. To be like, nah, sucks to be you.
Yeah, you gotta go get him. Unless it's Matt Damon.
Yeah. I was shocked. That was the twist for me that they actually spent money to go get Matt Damon.
There was a twist?
Yeah, they go get spoiler alert, they go get Matt Damon.
Did M. Night Shyamalan direct it? Was there a twist? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Hey, I want to ask you something.
Okay.
A non-Matt Damon related question.
Okay.
Dude, what do you make of all of this shit coming out about James Harrison?
Okay.
It's gonna have you heard about some of the Steelers have said about him?
No, I'm kind of I haven't been on Twitter or anything today. It's been kind of hectic on my end. But I'm looking here.
Well, I'll sum it up. Some of the players are saying he wanted out, and he's been like a bitch lately. And even at some of the team meetings and stuff, he's been like snoring. He was like sleeping and shit.
Do you believe it?
I 100% fucking believe it.
Really?
These are guys like Marquise Pouncey, and there's all these guys that have been there a while, and they're fucking talking crazy shit about him, and it all fucking sounds true. And even the Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin was like, why is James Harrison trying to make it sound like we didn't want him here? Of course we wanted him here, but he didn't want to fucking be here so bad that we had to get rid of him.
Let me ask you this now. Why wasn't this said earlier?
I don't know. That's a good question. Well, I think it's because a lot of the people got on the bandwagon of what the hell were the Steelers thinking?
Yeah,
like, what were the Steelers thinking getting rid of this guy?
Sure, but this sounds like a bad breakup situation. Like, you're with someone, you love them to death, but then you break up, and then one person's like, well, yeah, she was kind of, whatever. And, she was crazy. And then
right.
it kind of snowballs into they're this horrible person. When,
right, like, yeah, Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, look at that.
That's what I think of.
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if it's true, then so be it. They should have been bitching about this 2 months ago. But now that he's gone with the Patriots, now they're talking all this shit.
Yeah. Well, and Belichick, who, like, never says anything to the media, said today that it's hard to get players like James Harrison. So he's like, to me, that's like the shots fired, because Belichick never says shit about anything. And he's now talking about, how big of an acquisition that is.
Yeah. I just think New England, Pittsburgh, they lost him. He went to the Patriots. If he went to the Browns, there would be no talk.
No, they would have said he committed frickin' career suicide.
But what I'm getting at is, he went to the Patriots. It's like Pittsburgh's like the mediocre chick. You know what I mean? And then the CEO goes off with his 19-year-old secretary, and then it's like, well, he's a bastard. Well, why wasn't he a bastard beforehand? You know what I mean? Don't talk stuff bad about the past. You know what I mean now? Because where were you saying it then?
I'm sorry right now. I'm on Twitter. Mark Wahlberg has tweeted he's on like a yacht, and he's like, I don't know if you can hear this, but I fucking want to play it. Do you think you can hear it?
You might have to put the mic up to the speaker.
All right, here we go.
Hey, man. Did you hear the news? Harrison is a Patriot? Oh, my. Defense just got a lot better.
Did you hear that?
Kind of.
It says, hey, babe. They're laying down on a boat, and he says, hey, babe. And then he pans over to his skank, and he says, James Harrison just got with the Patriots. Looks like our defense got a little better. He's got sunglasses on. He pushes the sunglasses up so you can see his eyes, and he pulls them back down. It's infuriating.
So, my key question out of all this, okay? This is 100% serious.
Okay.
Was the chick Will Ferrell in a wig?
No. Mark Wahlberg decided to do something without Will Ferrell.
That that in itself is breaking news.
Yeah, right?
I mean, that's huge. You know, Daddy's Home 4 is coming out next year.
Oh my god, dude.
I'm joking. I don't know.
No, it can't be because there's only been 2.
Exactly.
You would have to get 2 out. That's too many. I did not see Daddy's Home 2. I was dragged to the theaters to see part 1, and I was like, nope, nah,
Dude,
fuck this.
It was alright. I mean, like...
Why do they have to have fucking parts in movies now where they do some kind of Wile E. Coyote shit? Like, when he gets on the motorcycle, and he's like, goes into the house, why do they need that in movies?
Because they want people to laugh at Damon. Okay? I'm a jerk.
Well, look, I didn't have to make people laugh in Good Will Hunting.
Look, all I'm saying is, I can't help that Casey Affleck's having a better career than you.
I wish Casey Affleck all the best, and I enjoy that he does his little independent films. But was he in Ocean's 11?
Brandon? Or, I'm sorry,
Departed?
Matt Damon.
Invictus?
Matt Damon.
Yes.
They're called indie films. Get it right.
Sorry, but I'm Jason Bourne.
Yes, you are. Okay, we totally got off topic.
Well, because, dude, you gotta see Mark Wahlberg. He's like really...
Okay, I'm pulling it up right now.
I'm ready to take an axe to his fucking beak.
So it's Mark Wahlberg's Twitter.
Yeah, well, James Harrison fucking hashtag repost. James Harrison reposted it. It's insane. Oh my god.
Is it under Marky Mark?
I hope it's not. It could be under Wahlburgers.
What's his Twitter tag?
Hold on, I got sent to Facebook. God damn it.
Oh, I found it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going. Okay, I'm looking. It's probably a while ago because it looks like he tweets a lot. He's shirtless. Okay.
Yeah.
This.
It's only the fourth. It's only like the third tweet on James Harrison's.
Okay, I'm going to James Harrison.
Yeah. It's after day one in the books. It's the third. It's a repost at Mark Wahlberg.
Okay.
You gotta see it, dude. It's hilarious.
I'm looking. James, I'm here. I'm getting there. And I'm going to give a recap of all this. Well, first of all, have you seen James Harrison's, cover picture?
Yeah, it was kids.
Yeah, but, it's so grainy. It looks like it was taken off a Nokia.
It looks like it was taken sitting in a fucking cell block waiting to talk to their uncle on the phone.
That's kind of what I was wondering. His profile picture's good. But, it's grainy.
Look at the kid on the far right.
Well, he's mad. Reapers from Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I gotta go to Facebook.
Yeah, it'll ship you to Facebook.
Okay.
And then just hit play, and then just bask in its glory.
Okay, everybody, stand by. Okay, not now.
Hey, babe. Did you hear the news? What? James Harrison is a Patriot? Oh my, defense just got a lot better, Coach Patricia. Isn't it nice the time we got to worry about getting hit by him in the playoffs and possibly the AFC Championship?
Listen, Mark Wahlberg needs to just worry about goddamn fucking burgers. His thoughts, he does, his fame came back to fortune due to Will Ferrell and The Rock. That's it.
No.
He needs to worry about two things. Cheeseburgers, okay? And Backstreet Boys tours. That's it.
Well, I am hoping he does Pain and Gain too. That was a pile of shit.
Yeah, that was good, right?
Pain and gain.
I don't know. Mark,
What did you think about him when he did that? The glasses.
dude, that was like. Here's the thing: the Patriots are hated. Like they're the. Everybody like thinks they're like their fans are snooty and everything. He totally. He brings that. Like
He's got the essence.
yeah,
Rick Martel.
he's on a yacht. Okay, listen.
Yeah.
Oil your body up. Do your shoots. Do your movies. And don't talk about the Patriots. I'm sure you and Tom Brady can go make love later. So, I don't know.
He's got that. It's. You know what pissed me off about Mark Wahlberg, besides a lot of shit? Dude, he like totally dismissed Boogie Nights. He's like, oh, I wish I never would have made that movie and all that. It's like, dude, that movie made you, and that movie's awesome.
Look, he wants to be in with the in crowd, man. Like, he's friends with John Cena.
Oh my god.
Here's the thing. Harrison going to the Patriots, huge. You know, that's huge. I call bullshit on Pittsburgh, that whole thing, because, look, if that's the truth, you should have said something.
They did like a day after he signed.
Yeah. It's bad timing. It goes back to timing. It goes back to what we talked about earlier with Purdue. Okay?
Well, what should they have done? Release him and said, hey, he fucking didn't want to play for us anymore.
Yeah, why not?
No, because it's a business, man, and they let him go. They didn't say anything. It just said, hey, we've cut ties with, James Harrison. And then James Harrison goes to the Patriots and acts like he was like...
All right. Let me cut you off real quick. It's a business. We're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with that logic, okay? Why are they talking about it now?
Because it's making him look bad. James Harrison is kind of like...
So what matters when you release him and say this is why compared to a day later? Because your credibility's out the door. Because now you just look like that spiteful ex.
But you can't cut a guy and be like, well, we cut him because he's fucking drinking too much. Why would you say that to the public? Or you know what I mean? Like,
but let me ask you this, Brandon.
you can't be like James Harrison. He's snoring in our team meetings and he has a terrible attitude. He doesn't give a fuck anymore. So we cut him.
But okay, the team can say that. That's fine. All right. But don't be players 24 hours later saying this stuff. Just does not look good. What's 24 hours? 48 hours? Dude, you know what I mean?
No, it's because James Harrison is painting a picture that he was like wrongfully let go when he wanted to be let go all along. That's how I see it.
I get you. I do. It's a fishy situation for me.
Because I really wasn't sure about it, but then when the head coach, Mike Tomlin, said something, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, you know what I mean? That's kind of a big deal, right?
Yeah, I hope they play in the playoffs.
They got to, right?
I hope so. Man, it'll be so good.
They're gonna have to. I mean, right? That's
Harrison, he was frustrated with his playing time. He'd only taken like 40 snaps in 14 games. That's not good. And he was frustrated. He wanted to play, but nobody's really ever left a contender like that. But he went to another contender, probably gave him a better shot. But man,
I don't know. It looks spiteful to me. That's just my opinion.
some of the older Steelers have, I watched them on Fox Sports and stuff talking they don't think James Harrison will be involved in their, like, it's not their Ring of Honor, but it's like I forget what they call it. I think it's Hall of Honor in Pittsburgh, where they kind of like retire your number and do all that. They think that doing this, he is not going to be a part of that. I think that's kind of extreme.
Yeah, so that tells me that tells me that maybe some of that stuff's true, but it also still puts it on the spiteful side. Like, maybe they wanted him there, but he wanted out. You know what I mean? And I don't know.
Wait, what is Amanda watching right now?
What are you watching, Amanda? What was that? The Marvelous Mrs. Mangles.
What?
Magels. Kegels? What? Mazels.
Is it
Why?
Lifetime?
No, it has that chick from Mad TV on that does Lois on Family Guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it's some show.
Oh, it's a show.
Yeah, it's something.
Alex Borstein.
Yeah, right?
It just sounded like old 1930s music in the background.
Yeah, we actually. Okay, Brandon, I got a secret. I'm Matt Damon. I got a DeLorean. We're going.
Oh God.
Yes. Look, the
Buddy!
parking lot out front's not big, but I can get up to speed. We're gonna go back in time.
Get back in time.
I am currently in the 1930s right now. Okay. I am. I'm in the 1930s. We're hanging out. You know, it's a great time.
Cool.
And
Oh, dude, I think wait, time out. I think you brought up in Tuesday's podcast. You brought up Back to the Future too.
maybe I went back in time to do.
I wanted DeLorean though, and not just for time travel.
Wouldn't that be? I mean, that'd be cool, right? Yeah. But
Yeah.
let me throw this out there, Brandon. Maybe maybe I went back on Tuesday. Maybe that was the future me doing the podcast. Okay? And that's why I brought Back to the Future up.
I'm gonna have to go to my chalkboard and write some equations down to see if this is mathematically possible. Me and Robin Williams.
We gotta go save him.
Well, I'm just a janitor.
That is true. That is true. Great Scott!
Marty!
Marty! God. Well, where did this go?
I don't know.
It's actually pretty good. I'm enjoying it.
Nobody's listening by now anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just us, and let's give a shout out to Amber and Dave.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, Mike. Both Mikes, Mike's Query and Mike Frazee.
Yes. Let me think. No, that's probably it. No, we're joking.
But seriously.
But seriously, yeah.
I think we should do a live one soon. I think we can get it scheduled. I think it'll do good.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's something we'll look into for sure.
Show enough.
So real quick.
Okay.
NBA basketball, college basketball.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of throwing this out.
Okay.
Duke was kind of the favorite. Are they still the favorites to win it?
Ooh. I don't know, man. I like Michigan State a lot, but Villanova. Dude, Butler plays Villanova. Shit. Villanova's 12-0. They're ranked number 1 in the country right now, but fuck. I think they play Saturday at Butler. Yeah, they do.
At what time?
4:00. We'll be posting at all the details of the game. I think at like 10:00 Saturday morning, I'll have all the details of the game. But yeah, 4:00, 13-0 Villanova at Butler. It'll be on CBS.
I need to check out here. Give me a second here. I might be able to watch that game and help with some stuff. I know Friday and Saturday night, Wabash College here in Crawfordsville have a back-to-back home game.
Nice.
The 29th. I'm sorry. Yeah, actually, okay. The 29th is the University of Chicago, and then Saturday's Franklin College. Times are 7. Saturday's at 3. So I won't be able to watch any of that Butler game because I'll be there, covering that.
Oh, you're going to go again?
Yeah, actually, Coach Brumman, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a post-game interview with him both games. So
Nice.
There'll be a little video maybe up of that, right after the game. So
That would be awesome.
yeah, we'll post that up, then a recap shortly after. So, big stuff. Like I said, big thanks to Wabash for, especially the basketball organization there for giving us the chance.
Absolutely, because a lot of places wouldn't right off the bat.
Yeah, no, trust us, we know. I definitely like to get him on with you sometime. Maybe do an interview with him. So we'll make that happen, I'm sure.
I thought you did an awesome job. I really enjoyed the interview.
It was a quick one. He was kind of pressed for time, but I don't know. You said you were going to come down and we were going to do a podcast. Maybe we can do one at Wabash with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Maybe just do a separate thing with an interview. So, really great guy. Check out these Wabash games. You can check them online, or if you ain't got nothing going on, they're free to go to, guys. I mean, guys and gals.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
It's a nice gym. So, we'll definitely be covering them the rest of the season. Hopefully football.
Absolutely.
So what else do you have on the agenda, Brandon, to talk about? I'm sorry, Matt Damon.
I don't know. I want to cover badminton for Wabash.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. That's really my only request.
I don't know if they have a badminton team.
Well, we're going to start one.
Going back to that Coach Brumman interview, it was very interesting because these kids are coming to play, for a Division III school, and he kind of brought up the whole challenge of, trying to recruit again, Division II schools that might be interested in that kid, So,
Right.
He definitely puts in the time, and his records. They're 3 for 6, and we've lost Brandon. His record, it's not bad, but he's definitely on the upswing on it. All right, I'm not able to get a hold of Brandon, so we'll just go on and wrap this up, and we'll talk all to you Tuesday.